Hello and welcome everybody to this video. So in this video, we will discuss that how can we plot a distribution graph in JMP software, and then how can we make a panel in the JMP software. So for this part, what we will do, we have already copied the data. So we will go to the JMP software. We will go to new data table, and then what we will do, we will paste this data in the blank data table. So this is my blank data table. What I'll do is I'll copy these two columns. We'll go to analyze and we'll go for distribution, right? So after the distribution, now we know that this column 1 represents the factor and this is a constant part, but this part, the column 2, is a variable part, right? That's why we will go for the column 2 in the y columns. So this come already. Now what to do? We'll go to column 2, normal quantile plot. So we'll get this QQ plot, and after that we'll go to continuous fit and fit normal, and for normality setting we'll go to fit this one and goodness of fit. Now if you want to change the properties of this particular graph, because this graph gives a lot of information, this first graph represents a histogram, the second one represents your box plot, and the third one represents your QQ plot. So in order to change this graph color and other properties, what we'll do, we'll go to right click. So first we'll go to right click and we'll change first this graph. Okay, the first we'll go to right click and then we'll go to histogram color. Now if you want to change the histogram color, so we'll go to histogram color and we can select any color. Let's say we are choosing yellow, so yellow will be a color. Okay, now if you again click on it, so we'll go to rows. There is a graph, so there's lots of things like border, size, scale. So now what to do, these are my first step. Now the second step will be to increase my axis labels. Okay, so for that what we'll do, first we will right click on this normal quantile plot, font. So we'll wait for the screen to come. Okay, let's say we are choosing what any kind of font that we want. Let's say Microsoft's new Thailand. Normally we choose Times New Roman. So for normally we choose Times New Roman, and regular, let's say 16, bold. Okay, yeah. Now in order to change these axis labels, the X and the Y, what we'll do, we will double click on this particular part, double click, single double click, and then we go to font. So this X axis settings means that the X axis labels will be changed. So we'll go to font. So let's say we are interested with Times New Roman. We'll again go to that, bold, let's say 14, and OK. So you can change lots of things, like options are there, like your format is best format, then fixed text, scientific engineering, based on your like requirement of choice. You can change all these values. So we are not changing anything more, we are only sticking to the font part. Okay, you have done it. Now in order to change this part, what we'll go to right click, we'll go to rows. Now we'll go to customize first. So customize means, see, first is the grid lines. So grid lines we're not interested, reference lines we're not interested, we are interested in the marker. See, marker means these dots. Now in order to change this, like the transparency means how much it's transparent or opaque. So if we increase the transparency, we will have a lighter shade of the marker. Then we'll go for label. The label means the font. So in label means the labelings, the above labelings. So we'll go to font. So in the font, what we will do, let's say we are keeping it as Times New Roman. So 16. Okay, yeah. So it's already increased. Now 95% confidence limits. It means that these two are your 95% confidence limits. So what we'll do, we can change this. Let's say we are increasing the width line to 4 maybe, and line color, what we will do, we will, let's say we are interested in cyan, so we will go for cyan. Little bit white color, so we will go for, let's say, green, or maybe let's say violet or purple. And this is your 95% confidence interval. Next is your 50% reference line. This is a 50% reference line, this one. So we will change this part. by using like this was a, you can say, these lines. So what we'll do, we will go for 4 again, and then we will go for line color, like let's say we will do blue. Okay, so it already is blue is coming, right? Last is the diagonal reference line. Yeah, now in diagonal reference line, what we will do, again we will go line color. We will, let's say we take this color, maybe orange color, and we do it at to 4, and then we click on OK. So everything is changed. So depending on how you represent the graph or how you want to plot your graph, accordingly you have to change your axis labels and properties. Now you can also change this part. Let's say this is customized graph background color. See, if you want to change the background color, you can change the background color also from here. See, the background color has changed. If you want to go to customize, if you want to customize that, you can see grid lines, reference lines, box plot. So here you can see that the confidence diamond. So fill color. So fill color means what color you want to fill. Let's say you want to fill uh, this one. So your fill color will be different. Line color will be like different. Line color, if you want not black, if you want red line color, so then it will be red. See, line color is red. If you want in other color, let's say you want maybe this color, so you can see the color is not visible. So we have to remove the background color then. So depending on whatever you want to, whatever color you want. So how will you remove the background color? We'll go to graph, background color, and we will go to white. Clear? This is a way. Now again we'll change the y-axis. Double click, font. So let's say we want to change the font to Times New Roman. Okay, and then we click on 14. Let's say. Then we'll click on OK. Clear? And OK. So this is your entire graph. You can make it bold also. See, everything is now bold. So depending on like the type of graph that you want, this is a representative graph. Now what to do? In order to make a panel of this particular image, this is called the QQ plot or the normality plot. What will you do? We'll go to paint. So first we will open the paint and let it be. We are doing 100%. You can do whatever you want depending on your requirements. So what you do? We copy the graph. Yeah, and then we go to paint, and then simply we control V. Now what we have done, the problem is that we not copied the entire graph. So we will do control Z. We will again go to JMP. Okay, and here in this part we will have to click on the right click, because this part means that it will encompass the entire graph. So we will go to copy graph. Again we will go for paint. Graph. Now suppose you want to copy this image again, you will select this particular part. Okay, we will right click, copy, control V. So this is your second image. Let's see, I'm just for the time, for the for lack of time, we are just copying this image. Let's say another image I'm copying depending on your requirements. This is another image. Yeah, and this is another image. So we have done with the part. Okay, now how will you give ABCD to the particular thing? We will go to this text box tool and we will click here. Now there is a thing, if you are doing this, so there are multiple options. Here what we will do is, this is a color and color 1, color 2. So depending on what you want, you will have to achieve it. Like for example, this is opaque. So if you want to do opaque, it means it will be opaque. So color 2 will be black. Okay, and color 1 will be white. That means in a black background, we will write a white A. So let's say it's white A. Clear? So remember this, in paint the problem is, unless and until you get the plus sign, you will never be able to move it in the locations. Like for example, here, 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 depending. And you can also increase the font size, let's say to 20 or 24, depending on your whatever requirements you want. Okay, and this is your A. Yeah. In this way, this is just a representation. If you want to delete it, just control Z, you delete it. So again, I'm doing for you guys. So what we'll do, we will do A. We will place it in the particular location. and then you have to drag along so that we make a perfect box. Okay. Now we can't just simply select and copy it. Every time when we are inserting the text box, it's not like other software because it's a little bit old and primitive. We have to click on the text box again. So let's say we are doing D clear. So but in this block, what happens? If we are dragging too small, we will not be able to move it on the location. So you have to drag like this, and we have to at least place it in the perfect location, and then we have to decrease it. So like this we will do. So we can like A, B, C. Now the last part, the most important part is we have to be very careful. Like, but so here the problem that we have done is if we have not increased our area, we will be having a problem. So what we will do is we will first what we will do we will increase the area. So first what we will do is we will increase the area. We will increase the area so that we can plot the graph. So let's say we are having this as let's say copy graph. I'm sorry, copy graph. Now we will select this part. Again we will go copy graph. And then again we will do copy graph. So in this way we can basically copy the graph. So now what we will do in order to get the best graph, we have done 50% and then 100%. Why? What we have is we have reduced the white space. So with this we can just simply write here A just for the example purpose. This is your A. Okay, we are doing like this. I think it's clear, right? So that we can have a good overview. So this is your A and this is let's say your B. So we are done with the panel. So now you can remove the white space accordingly. How? Now once you minimize it and then you remove it. See, you minimize it and then you remove it. Okay, and then you can use the editor tools of any image, like of any software, in order to remove the background space. Okay, now the last part is if you want to like import this image completely in a PNG format or in any format, we'll do file, save as, in any format, say PNG or JPG or any format. Generally, it's recommended to do either in PNG or in BMP. BMP is the best form, but BMP is very problematic because BMP format is very like it acquires a lot of space. Therefore, we use a PNG picture. So we can use a PNG picture. Now the problem will be the image will come in a small manner. So in order to get an image in the best way, we go for a like 100%. So we go for file, we go for save as. Let's say in any format. So in desktop we keep it. Okay, untitled PNG. Okay, lastly, so lastly, what we will do, we'll go to untitled PNG and we'll get our image. So in this way, we can plot the distribution graph of JMP of any statistical like data that we want, and then we can make a panel so that we can publish in papers and conferences and whatever way we want. You see the image quality. Now you see the image quality is not blurred. It's not blurred. It's good. See now how can remove the space? Just go to edit. Just go to edit. And then what we will do, we will have to remove the extra white space that is taken into account. It will take some time because as it's a PNG format file, it's not a JPG format file, so it will take some time to load. So we will, what we will do, we finally do like this, and then we will again do like this, and again do like this. So we can remove the background or extra space or white space, whatever, and then we will save it as save. So this is the way by which we can get a good clarity image. You can put it in any papers or journals or conferences depending on whatever you want and whatever inform you want to give it or to publish it. In this way, we can have a good image in the Excel, sorry, in the MS Paint. Thank you so much.